Earlier this week, on Tuesday, the Tibet Policy Institute of the Central Tibetan Administration hosted an international symposium titled Finding Common Ground, Strategic Responses in a Changing Global Order. The event featured a wide range of presentations by Tibetan researchers, experts, historians, writers, and members of the Tibet Policy Institute. One key topic discussed during the symposium was China's double standard on clean energy policies, particularly in relation to lithium mining in Tibet. Today, we have invited TPI Research Fellow Dhondup Wangmo to shed more light on this significant environmental concern and the hazards posed by the Chinese government's activities in Tibet. Welcome to our program, Dhondup. To start with, can I ask you, what is the significance and how relevant is this topic now?
So, why I have chose this topic? The title of the presentation is on China's double standard on clean energy policy and lithium mining in Tibet, which in my presentation I have focused on three main topics, which were first, why I have called China a double standard, and secondly, how the China clean energy policies and the lithium mining are related, and third, how the clean mining policies in China will threaten the Tibet ecology by the extension of the huge lithium mining in Tibet in near future. So, and also, I wanted to elaborate on that as well. The China is currently the leading producer and the processing and marketing source of the electric vehicles, which is an alternative solution to the fossil fuel, and which is also an part to mitigating the climate change. So, for that alternative solution to the fossil fuel, lithium is considered as an strategic and critical minerals needed to power the electric vehicles. So how the Tibet is relevant to the today's topic is that Tibet is the major source of the China's rush to lithium. So according to that, many of the energy-related reports have also forecasted that the demand for the electric vehicle will rise in the coming years, which means that the demand for the if the demand for the electric vehicle will rise, automatically the demand for the lithium will also rise. Demand for the lithium will also rise. So in that sense, Tibet has a huge abundance of the lithium resources. So there's the China will intensify the lithium mining in Tibet.
So in your presentation, you have mentioned that she's promised a peak carbon dioxide emission by 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality by 2060, right? So can you elaborate on that?
So why I have put the statement of the Xi Jinping in my presentation is to highlight that before his statement, China, the other countries, how they see China is like China is the emitter of the carbon, and they doesn't see China as in good country who are doing something for the environment protection of the global. But then after the Xi Jinping made a statement, there has been change in the countries looking towards the China. Now they believe that China is doing something for the climate change. And if you see, the China is also, the other countries also see China as a leader in a renewable energy. With the renewable energy is meant to for the sustainable development or for the protection of the earth. So the other country has they have changed. If you compare how they see China then and now, they see China as a country which is doing something for the environment, but then they doesn't know what is the situation behind that that statement, or you can say that announcement, like there is a human right violation, there's a environmental deterioration, and there is a land grab and relocation, everything. But that's why I completely call them a double standard. Like all the other countries see China as a good one, but then who will see this side of the ground reality in Tibet?
So Dhondup, can you briefly tell us how China's clean energy policy is related to lithium mining in Tibet and globally?
The clean energy is basically meant for the to combat the climate change and to lessen the use of the fossil fuel impacts on this earth. But then if we go back to the past incident in Kham, where the Chinese company has threatened the Tibet ecology because of the lithium mining. So what I think is that this could be repeated. Like if the lithium mining extension will be accelerated in the future, this incident could be repeated. So the same company is continuing the lithium mining income, and a new large scale lithium deposit are also found in the region. So I think in the name of the clean energy, the Chinese companies is accelerating the lithium mining in Tibet.
And why and how China's claim of doing best for environment and climate change is a lie?
So an effort to produce a huge number of electric vehicles is linked to the renewable energy and also to the decarbonization and to the clean and green energy and for the sustainable development, right? But then particularly if we consider China, the major source of the lithium is in China is used in electric vehicles. So what I'm trying to say over here is that the electric vehicle is made in this 21st century for an alternative solution to the fossil fuel, which is meant for the protection of the earth. But then at the one side, China is claiming that they are doing something for the environment, right? On the other side, they are like accelerating or they are exploiting, intensifying the lithium mining in Tibet, which which can have a very serious impact on Tibet's ecology. So I found it a double standard.
You just mentioned about serious impact on Tibet's ecology. So these lithium extraction or mining in Tibet, obviously it happens on a large scale, right, area within the fragile environment of Tibet. So can you talk a little bit more on the impacts of these projects and in the long run, actually?
I think what I have know through the facts and figure that China has, if we compare the quarterly, production of the lithium from the 2022 to 2023 and 2024, the demand for the lithium has increased and the demand for the electric vehicle has increased in China. So this shows that the electric vehicle is powered by the lithium battery. That means that China has extracted a huge number of lithium. And how do I connect this to the China's clean energy is that Tibet is the major source of the China's lithium mining, and many data have a different figures, but then all the data have a same figures that more than the half of the percentage of the China's lithium is sourced from Tibet. So in that sense, in the future, China will intensify the huge lithium mining in Tibet.
So, do you have any suggestions or appeal on like what can be done by the Tibet supporters or the world about this double standard of Chinese government?
So first, I think that we should always know the two-sided. The world knows that China is putting an effort to mitigate climate change through the increase of the electric vehicle, for the in the name of the clean energy and green technology. But then the world should also know that where the China is sourcing their lithium from, and world should also know that how the local people, where the Chinese companies are extracting the minerals, how they have gotten impacted by continuous Chinese companies forcefully invading in the local people's area and do the this mining activities. So I think that world should know the two-sided. So and they can decide.
So yeah, these are my questions, Dhondup. So do you have any additional information that you'd like to add?
I have, in my presentation, I have given the three instances which underscore the how the Chinese mining can threaten the Tibet's ecology. First, the China has recently found the huge number of million tons of the lithium in the area of the Kham, which shows that China is now putting an effort to increase the lithium mining and discoveries in Tibet. And secondly, China is also relying on the Jejiga, right, lithium deposit in Tibet, which is one of the very much large scale mining in Tibet. So this also shows that China depends huge on the Tibet's mineral. And third, lithium can be derived from the two sources. One is from the spodumene, is basically from the rock mining, and secondly from the brine, which is from the Salt Lake. So China is already, exploiting the huge number of tons of the lithium brine from the Xavier saga. So this could also become more in the future. They have also bought the stake, or they are also acquisition the Tibetan Salt Lake. For example, the Laukortso, they have bought the acquisition. So these three instances or example that I have given shows that China will either to make their domestic mining more possible to meet the demand for the EVs. They can threaten the Tibet's ecology, which will be very dangerous for the Tibet's ecology and for the Tibetans.
Thank you, Dhondup, for taking out your time and speaking to us on this very important topic on lithium mining in Tibet and how China's double standards in this clean energy policies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With this, we have come to the end of today's program of In Conversation with Tibet TV. Thank you so much for watching.